Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of my knitting podcast. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. My name is Kiriana and here on this YouTube channel I share occasionally what I've been knitting. And last time I did a little yarn haul roundup after being away for a very long time. And as we're approaching the end of 2024, I wanted to kind of start with a clean slate. Not really, but I have not really shown anything that I actually knit last year. And so I was actually planning on filming, I think, 2 episodes of what I made in 2024. However, I'm completely not feeling it. So, and as I'm trying to put less pressure on myself on recording these videos, I thought, okay, I'm not feeling that. I'm procrastinating because I'm not feeling doing a complete roundup of all my knits. So, but I'm still here and I decided to go through all the active or in hibernation WIPs I got. Like I said, I wanted to semi-start with a clean slate. It does not mean that I am going to be finishing all these WIPs because my WIP pile is out of control, as it normally is. There are actually 2 reasons for why a project does not get finished right away. Maybe 3, but like there are 2 major ones. And the first one is I get to a stage in the project that I'm not 300% sure about the end project. So it's more like the end project's problem. I'm either not liking the yarn in combination with the pattern, or it's just not turning out as I want it to be turning out. And that means I normally just put it aside, think about it. But most of the times, if I put it aside, I'm already pretty sure that I'm not going to be finishing it. And it kind of ends up in like an endless hibernation until I forget. There is an occasional moment that certain projects I was not completely sure about, I start up again. But not that often. Mostly my intuition tells me to stop, so I stop. Sorry if I start wiggling a lot and I'm moving a lot in this video. I have an inflammation in my hip, and sitting down for extended periods of time tend to hurt a bit. So I might be trying to find a spot that I'm comfortable with. Yeah, so that is the first reason. But like the second reason is that while I know I'm going to be loving the end result, the process, I don't know, if I tend to knit too long on a project, my shoulder and my breast region will be not so happy, especially when it's on very big needles. That's also why I tend to have multiple WIPs going at once, so I can switch between different size needles, different projects, different stitch patterns, so my shoulder does not hurt too much. I should just knit less, but that's not an option, you know, so I tend to switch between them. Yeah, and then there's a third option, I think, is that like I decide to do a test knit or a gift knit that gets into the way of knitting on the things that I'm already knitting on, and then I get into hibernation until I think, oh yeah, I was also knitting that. Yeah, so I tend to have a lot of WIPs and I don't mind it. Like a lot of people are like, oh, you need to finish something. I had that mindset as well, but I'm really trying to not be too hard on myself, because being too hard on myself takes the fun out of it and makes me not want to knit as much. So I don't mind having too much WIPs. I like the variety for both my physical health as my mental one, And yeah, so we actually have a lot to go through. So I grabbed all the WIPs from wherever I can find them. So just let's get started. At first, we have a single sock. And this is I think it is the October contrast color cuff club. Yeah, the color cuff club by Summerlee. I started knitting these because I was knitting on another pair of socks I will show you in a minute. That was not as handy to be knitting in the train. So I started this one, and yeah, I knit this in like 1.5 days, and then I kind of abandoned it. And now it's almost January, and I have one spooky season sock. So that's basically why it's been like in hibernation for a bit. Also, I was knitting too many socks and it was hurting my hands. At some point, like I was doing yoga and I sprained some muscle in my hand, and knitting on small circulars was not very nice. So yeah, I just cast aside, but this is definitely something I want to finish. The orange color, it's like more an orange, semi-pink orange stripe pattern. It's hand dyed, and it's from a local yarn store that actually is not like, they stopped with the store. So the store closed, and she occasionally still sells some random skeins online, and this is one of them. It doesn't have a name. It's like a one-off, you can say. So that's WIP 1. Then we have WIP 2, which I'm holding in this adorable little purse, which I bought in a zoo a few months back when I was actually knitting on the spooky one. I went to with my parents and my little brother, and I could not buy it. Hi. So this is the other sock. This is the other, I think this is also the October. There were like 2 charts. 2 charts of October, and these are little apples. And yeah, so this one literally needs like, I think 10 small rounds of decreases for the toe, but my hand was hurting so much that it kind of like just, it got abandoned. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I'm using a variety of brands and colors. I think the white is like a long yarns white color, and then the green is left over. I can't remember what it's called, but it was from the Wicked collection by Ken Yarns, and I also knit like a top with it, and it was left over. Yeah, and I think the top is hedgehog fibers, and I can't remember the name, but yeah. So this also WIP I definitely want to finish because they're very cute. The only thing is that I got a little bit like, I thought I got color work tension, like I understood how to knit it on the normal size, but this part is, the color work part is a little bit too tight, so I kind of hope that with blocking it will still go over my heel, but it's tight. Look, like it's, and then this, like, it will not budge. So worst case scenario, I just pick up on the green and then knit another cuff on bigger needles and then sew it together. Yeah, same happened with the spooky socks. So I guess I need to fix my tension again. you want to come? Come on. Are you clean? I hope you're clean, because I'm wearing white. I'm sorry, baby. It's not gonna work. Then, next up is my little squares blanket by Little Woolly yarn shop, I think. It's an Australian yarn shop, and they have this gorgeous granny square pattern into a blanket, and a lot of people wanted a knit version, and this is it. I am knitting this in the Highland wool, the Peruvian Highland wool, in the color Marzipan as the main color, and the contrast colors are the Olivia and Oliver Fibers Yarn Advent from 2023. And yeah, so you knit this blanket in columns like this, and that makes it very portable and easy. It's just knitting garter stitch, and it's really addictive. I love knitting on it. I can do like one of these in about like 3 days, which is great. The only thing is definitely weaving in the ends. This is the latest one. This is column number 4, I think. I'm halfway through the blanket, and yeah, so there's a lot of ends to weave in. And yeah, these are just waiting to be blocked. Let me see if I can to be blocked and then sewn together. Yeah, and like I said, I'm halfway. It's a really nice palette glancer in between projects, or if you're just really tired and you want to knit something fun but not mentally too stimulating, you can just watch a podcast or an audiobook and you can just knit away. And yeah, I'm very happy with this project, and I will definitely be finishing this. I was planning on finishing this as my Christmas present to myself. It did not happen. I'm halfway, and then it still needs some borders, but it's okay. It's a nice in-between project. There's not like a huge deadline on it. I just really wanted to use it this winter. Also why I am kind of hoping to get these washed soon, because then I can sew them together, meaning I will have half a blanket and it will be functional, semi-functional, but still I can just wear it around me and still be cozy and warm. Yeah, so this is WIP number 3. And well, till now, there's nothing I'm going to be frogging, so that's WIP number 3. Let me see. It's a mess in here. Then we have WIP number 4. And this is the Augusta cardigan. And obviously I just reconnected the body and I'm halfway, so sorry. It's okay. Yeah, so this is WIP number 4. It's the Augusta cardigan by Colibri by Johanna, and it is knit, like it has this all over cable pattern on sleeves and body. It's knit starting with the collar, and the bottom band is knit at the same time as the body is, so you don't have to pick up stitches and do that on a later time. Yeah, I am knitting it in this hand spun yarn. It's a Dutch breed. The sheep is named a Tesselaar, I think, and I bought this at a yarny festival where this woman was selling her own hand spun yarn. And yeah, I am holding it with Knitting for Olive mohair in the color red currant. And yeah, this is one of those projects that I really want to finish, but the handspun yarn, it's not giving much. Like, there's not a lot of bounce in this yarn, and possibly due to the fact that there's still spin oil in there as well, it's hard on my hands. I opted to do the sleeves first so that I could gauge how much yarn I would have left for the body. And it's pretty cropped now, but I think I'm just going to be doing, I think 1.5 cable repeats. I just did another cable round, so I think I'm going to do around another 20 rows before doing rib. So it will obviously grew widthwise and shorten a bit, because I bought this to go with a dress of mine, and it also really works with one of my more work outfits, so it would be great for the office as well, going on a high-waisted jeans or yeah. So I don't want it to be too cropped as it is now, but so I'm going to be adding like a little bit like this and then the ribbing, and I think it will be perfect summer length, dress length, that's what I meant to say. Yeah, so this one I'm definitely not frogging. I am trying to finish this before January 1st, but my hands are not liking it, so it might need to go in hibernation a little bit longer before I finish the body, but we will see. Then I have some WIPs here on the table, and that is, oh, well, I'm gonna be frogging this, let me be clear on that. The yarn is Holskarn CeeLo. It's a fluffy blown, is it blown? I think it's a chain yarn. It is not like a blown yarn. It does not have a how do you say that? I think it's 100% alpaca, but it has some sort of chain way of spinning. I really love this yarn. It's the color lavender, I think, and I thought that it would be my color. I would like it. I'm not really sure. I'm knitting, I think it's called the Dress to Impress cardigan. It is from one out of one of the Lana magazines from last year. It's really oversized, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna like the really oversized, and that's why it's still laying here. Also, I'm not sold on the color, but lately I'm really going for a more oversized vibe, and I might, looking at it now and feeling it, I have to see if I'm editing. I was very sure that I was going to be frogging this, but maybe not. I have to see. Yeah, but I'm mostly not sold on the color. That is the major problem. I'm just not sure if I can have it. Yeah, let me know what you think. Should I keep going? Should I frog it? Because the yarn, it's literally wearing a cloud. I knit a tulip sweater in this as well. It's the softest. It pills, but it's so soft. It's worth depilling yeah, it's so worth it. Yeah, so let me know what you think. Would you think if this is my color or not, if I should frog or keep going? Oh, we're making a mess. Yes, we are making a mess. Okay, come on. Okay. I guess he wants to be with me. It's a stressful few days it has been with Christmas and all the fun and all the presents. And yeah, okay. And then I have, this is one of my oldest WIPs. I can't remember even when I casted this on, and I'm definitely going to be ripping it back, but I found it while reorganizing my yarn and it needs to go. So this is the Fineline sweater by Lily Kate France. I think after I did a test knit of her, I started this. My mom dyed the yarn. It's a merino, 100% merino DK, and she dyed it. I can't remember the dye she used, the color, but like, yeah, it's great. Technically this should fit me, technically. The thing is, my mom dyed the yarn, and like 2 skeins came out a little bit darker than the other. So I was gonna do a body in these 2 skeins, and I should have enough for the sleeves, 1 for each. However, I stopped the ribbing and like a little bit early, and obviously if this is ripped, like, I don't know, it's not for me. Technically I would fit into it, but I kind of feel like a hot dog, I think, or a bratwurst. I don't know what you want to call me, but I feel like so tied up in it. So I'm going to be frogging this. And I think I might make a Midland neck with it. I think that would be great with my brown coat. Yeah, I might do that. But it does not have a specific purpose yet. But yeah, this definitely needs frogging. So I'll be doing that, and I'll be washing it, making it back into hangs to, yeah, to wash and then wind again. So this goes there. Then we have my newest WIP. This is, I can't remember. My mom always gets me these cute bags. Let me see. Ooh, this one is by Vrouwtje. Vrouwtje's Yarn Boutique. I think Wool Boutique. It's really cute. Yeah, the WIP. This is the Calendula sweater by Emma Knits. I am knitting it in Bisegarn Samilla, the darkest undyed color. It's a 2-ply with a natural dark gray and a black thread twisted, and I do really love how it is knitting up. My WIP is a little bit of a mess. I made a mistake in the front. I thought I had to measure on, how do you say that, on the armhole side, but you had to measure on the neckline side. So I only found it out when I was doing the second front, so I had to frog hence the 2 balls of yarn. But yeah, I will be finishing that, obviously. It's a test knit. I think the test knit is due the 5th of February, and yeah, it is a sweatshirt drop down basic sweater with a hole in just under the neckline for a little twist, and I really liked it. I was telling myself I was not going to buy more yarn, but when I saw that, I was like, okay, that might actually be a good alternative for the store-bought black merino sweater that felted. For some reason, that ended up in the normal washing, which it was not supposed to. So it shrunk. It already shrunk a little bit, but not too much, because it was like a 30-degree wash and like was fine. And I don't know what the universe was trying to tell me, but apparently a few weeks later it ended up in another wash, and then it was really too small. So this will be a great alternative. It's not too thick. It's like 100% wool. I think it's like a sport weight. How much yarn is on there? Yeah, 350 meters. So it's like a plump fingering to sport weight. So this will be thin and wearable and be great for work. So yeah, I'm reknitting the front, and cannot really wait to get back to this. But I will do so when the red sweater, the red cardigan, is done. I hope. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is like a middle ground. This is a maybe. So go there. Then we have... Okay, this is also a mess. Let me see. So here I started on the... Okay. The 6 of Daisies cardigan by Deegan, US, in Newton in Blattgrün, I think, Blattgrün, and the Menchelope in Rosa, held together with Wolverhalle mohair. I can't remember the names exactly, but they're hand-dyed mohair. And I love it. I love this green color so much. And it's making the Newton a little bit like a darker halo, which is great. It's really great. However, I think I'm going to be frogging this. Not because I don't love it, because I'm obsessed with it. But doing intarsia with one strand of handspun, it's a mess. My edges are not getting the right definition. I have holes, and every time I try to kind of pull it a little bit, I almost snap my yarn. So yeah, I'm still planning, I think, on making a cardigan with the green, definitely. This will definitely be used as well, but I'm thinking maybe doing a more oversized cardigan, maybe like a cardigan number 9 or something with a crew neck or some, yeah, I don't know. I have to see. I really do have to see, but I do want a cardigan in this. I like the color so much. And I do have the mohair now, so I can just get started. And I think this will be great. Also, like in summer when it's cold in the evenings, I think they would be so wearable. Yeah, and I just need a green cardigan in my life. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll be frogging this. And that makes me really sad because I was so excited of starting this. It's so pretty. Yeah, it makes me sad. But sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. So yeah. I'm sorry, like the shop next to me opened and there's people standing there and looking at me for like what I'm doing. So I, yeah. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's see what is in this project bag. I don't even know. Oh yeah. Okay, there's actually a lot of projects in here. One is a half frogged Semsewn sweater by Knitting for Olive in Sorella Silk Merino. I think it's a 50-50 wool silk blend in 4 colors from their garden collection. And while I'm still going to be knitting this, I just don't like the 10 stripe repeat. So I've opted, and that's going to be in a lot of ends because due to the fact that it's 4 colors, I don't want to be carrying my yarn a lot because that's going to be very bulky on one side. It's going to be a lot of ends to weave in, but I think it will be worth it. I'm going to opt for a 4 stripe repeat. I thought I wanted it wider stripes, but I don't know, it's feeling off balance. It's really feeling off balance. But this is one of the things I will definitely be casting on again, I think in February or something. So it will be done before the summer of like the spring weather starts. And I still think I'm gonna get so much use out of this. I'm still obsessed with the colors. I'm still obsessed with the pattern. It just, yeah. The reason I have not frocked this is so I can compare it when I start it again. Also, I probably will use these little scraps in the sleeves and not the body, so I'm just gonna restart it. So I just gonna keep hold of this and see if I need it or not. Then we have, let me see, this is the beginning of, what's it called again? Oh yeah, the Traveler hoodie by Andrea Mowry. I started this, got absolutely obsessed with it. I already frogged part of it, as you can see. Absolutely obsessed with it. I'm using the Heritage DK by Wool and Twine in the color Raspberry, and the stitch definition with this yarn, with this pattern, out of this world. Absolutely obsessed with it. I was almost through the first ball and I was like, I only have, and I thought I had 5 skeins, or that I had more yarn than I actually had. And I was like, if I'm already done with this skein, I'm never going to be making it, like ever, 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 ever. Even if I make it too cropped, which I don't want to. I really do want it like, not full length, but I would want to tuck it in my jeans when wearing it. So this actually makes me very, very sad. Like I said, I already started ripping it back. I only had 4 skeins. It was like 1100 meters, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's 1100 meters. And I thought I had 5 and I don't have 5 and I'm so sad. But yeah, this will be getting frocked further. And probably be made into a sweater by Sorry Nordland. I already bought the pattern. It's a cable sweater. What is it called? It's very similar. The cables are very similar to the Otter Loops one. Well, doesn't really matter. But yeah, so this will get frogged. Wow. And a little swatch. Let's see. Ooh, and then we have, well, oh, it's only some balls. I don't know. Okay, yeah. Some balls of yarn. It's Knitting for Olive and their merino in marzipan, and this is their silk mohair in the name Putty. It's a little bit like cooler gray than the marzipan color, and I do really love the end result of making it like shiny and everything. And I am knitting / crocheting a fleur sweater with it, meaning that I have to crochet over 200 of these. And I really like, so I already asked my mom if she wanted to do it. She's a better and faster crocheter than I am. But also like crocheting really hurts my shoulder way more. And yeah, she told me she would definitely want to crochet all the squares for me. I do have more, I think. Is it here? No, this one. No. Found it. So I do have a full bag of these. Most of them are already ends woven in and they are just waiting to be blocked. I have some that still have to get their ends woven in. I think I have about 50 now, something like that. But my arm's really not liking it. So I was at Christmas. My mom told me she would still do the rest for me. So Thank you, Mom. So I'll definitely not be frogging this, but I will send the yarn to my mom so she can make the rest of the squares, and yeah, then I can sew them all together and knit the collar and the cuffs on the body and sleeves. Yeah. And then we have here a big cone of, oh no, okay, whole super soft in the color Brandy, and it is for this sweater. This is the Autumn Voyager sweater. I can't remember the actual designer of it, but it's also from one of the magazines, and I got absolutely obsessed with it. And I washed this because I wanted to know how much it would grow and like loosen, and it did not. And seriously, I think the sweater already has 1,000 hours into it. I'm not even over exaggerating. It's like it's been a bitch to knit, but I hate the fit. So I'll be frogging this. I cannot believe I'm saying it, but I'll be frogging it. I already knit like half a cone. There's only half left basically. I'll be reusing this into another sweater that I'm gonna be love wearing. It was a bitch to knit, finished like not what I wanted, and yeah. Oh well, get over yourself and make something you like. Love. Yeah. And the same goes for this cardigan. This is the Orga cardigan by Petit Knit, and I'm using Roma Phenol. Is it Phenol? I think it is. In a grey and a pink. And I actually dreamt about this cardigan sweater. I dreamt about it, and I'm holding it single while, yeah, I am hitting gauge perfectly. It's not a problem. Even though this is way thinner than, I think the center's gone, what is it? Oh, she's using center's gone something. I'm hitting gauge and I like it. I like the feel of it. The only thing is I was stupid. It's supposed to be a 30 centimeter oversized fit, and I opted for a slightly smaller one because it was either 40 or 20 or something. So I went with a smaller version, but it's turning out way too small for me, and it's puckering here, and it's almost finished. I'm literally 2/4 through, and I thought maybe putting on this, it's all fine, but it's not going down. Even with the sleeve on it, it's not going down enough on my shoulder for the shoulder to drop as it should, making it pucker and like bunch, and I hate it. So I think I'm gonna be ripping this back again. It makes me sad. So much hours went into this. I was supposed to finish it before Barcelona Knits, and I did not make it. I could have, but like, it's too small. And yeah, I might make another cardigan that is not supposed to be so oversized, drop shoulder, instead of this, even though I do really, really, really love it. But it's going to be in the frock pile. Oh no. Let's see what's in here. Seriously, it's I have no idea what's supposed to be in here, so we will see. Oh yeah, so this is the start of the burnished mittens by Lily Kate Franz. I'm using a strand of, I think it's called Barefoot, and some scrap yarn. I think it's the color Aster by Olivia Nova Fibers. It is a 3x1 rib mitten, and I'm planning on making fingerless mittens. The only thing is I'm really hating the Latvian braids. Like the first two were kind of fine, but the second one you have to do a two color Latvian braid, I think. And I just cannot do it. I've ripped it back so many times and it keeps ending up ugly. Like not a little bit ugly, like absolutely outrageously ugly. I don't know if it's the yarn, if it's me, it's probably me. Yeah. So now I don't really know what to do. I might just rip back the color work and the Latvian braid, and I might just do the mitten in this color completely without the color work, or I might just rip back and do something else, like a pearl ridge, something to, I have to see. But yeah, that's basically why it's on hold, because the Latvian braid is not giving. So yeah. Okay, this is really like, I have no idea what's in this like big bag. Oh yeah, I started this self-drafted drop shoulder 100% cotton thing. I'll be ripping this back. Like, I don't know, it's not getting what I want it to be, and I think in the meantime someone or like another designer already brought out something very, very similar, and I might just do that. The cotton is the Bio Love by, is it Rosario's? I think it is. Is it? Yes, Rosario's Quatre. Yeah, it's really, really nice. I really love it. But yeah, the end result is not getting where it needs to be. Wait, is this something else? Oh, there's another WIP in here. That's interesting. Ooh, and needles. See, that's why I don't ever have enough needles. Okay, let's see. What is this? Ooh, okay. This is the, I think it's called the pineapple top. And I'm knitting it in the Puno Vinicunca. It's by Pascali. It's a cotton and alpaca fiber blend. Yeah. And yeah, I started the pineapple top. Pretty sure that's it. The only thing I hate knitting, the lace. It's not the lace per se, but you're doing lace every row. So there's no row you're not doing anything. And I made a mistake, I think. And I had to fix it, and I never fixed it. I just hate knitting it. I hate knitting the lace pattern. So this will also be frogging. See? I don't have that many actual WIPs. I just have a lot of things that I need to be frogging. Because they're not working out, and that is okay. If it's not bringing you joy, just give it up. Just give it up. We have a Stella quilt cushion, and this part is finished. I even wove in all the ends. The only thing with this is that I was almost done. I think I only had to do like this part of the back panel, and I had way too many stitches. I don't know where it went wrong, but something went wrong. I couldn't find the mistake, so I ripped the whole back panel out. And it's just been laying around without a back panel. I actually forgot about it. Waiting judgment on what to do. I'm not very keen on re-knitting it, like the whole back panel again. Although, well, it is just garter stitch, but like it's on, I think I'm knitting it on like 3 mils. Yeah, I don't know. I might just sew a back fabric to it and then put a zipper in it and then just, yeah. It's a waiting judgment. That's what it is. Let me see. Another mystery bag. Oh yeah, obviously. So this is the, I think, no, it's a gulata pouch. No, that's the pouch. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a bucket bag by Gregoria Fibers, and I'm knitting it in their own yarn, the Field, which is a linen cotton silk blend with absolutely no give in it. So I do want to finish this. I just have to find the physical strength to do so. I do remember why this got into the corner like 3 years ago. I think it's literally been 3 years. It's because you're doing an rapid increase and rapid decrease, and during the rapid decrease in the pattern, because the stitches do not have any give, getting one stitch through, I don't even know how many stitches, 6, 7, is a pain in the ass. I ended up doing all those decreases with a crochet hook because just with a knitting needle, it was not happening. I now actually, I think I got smarter and I figured out a better way to do it. So yeah, I need to finish this. I need to get it back on the needles. I really want to use it. I think it would be so classy. But yeah, I think it's been in the naughty corner for like 3 years. So yeah, but I still mean to finish it. So maybe this year? Who knows? What do we have more in here? I think we have one. Oh yeah, we have one other WIP. And that is, what is it called? I can't remember what it's called. However, this is the top that comes with a skirt option, and I do really like it. It's an open, like, you're changing needle sizes between, I can't even remember, different needle sizes, very big ones and very small ones. I'm giving you this Lacy pattern. Yeah, I started knitting a sleeve because I really wanted to see how it would fall down. It needs a block because, well, because due to the stitches, and it's like 100% silk yarn by, I think it's the BC Con, 100% silk. The thing is, the silk will loosen up, become more drapey, and due to the different stitches, it really needs to be blocked out for it to see how long it is. I tried it on and the body is way too short. I already thought it was going to be, but I kind of thought, okay, maybe I can get away with it, but I cannot. It's literally covering my breasts, and then that's it, because my boobs are way bigger than the person designed it. So it's definitely fine, but it just needs a few more rows for it to cover my my waist. I'm still, like, I really do want to finish it. Only knitting this it will definitely be a product knit. The process of like changing between the big and the small needles, I got used to it, but it's a hassle. It really is a hassle. Yeah, so this is a maybe, but I do really like it. I still can see myself wear this in the summer. Yeah. Is there anything else in here? I don't think so. Okay, I think this was all of it. And that's good because it was already dark and it's starting to get even darker. I hope it's still kind of okay. Yeah, so I do have a lot of WIPs, of which a lot of them will be actually frogged. 2 of them maybe, and that will leave me with, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 active WIPs. A blanket, 2 pairs of socks, a pair of mittens, a cardigan, a sweater, a bag, a pillowcase, and another crochet sweater that my mom will be crocheting the rest of the squares for. So that's 9, well, yeah, 8, 9, whatever. And I think that's okay. I mean, it's a lot, but seeing it here, it's not too overwhelming for me, I have to say. So that's good. And obviously a lot of these are like out of order. Yeah, so this is what I've been working on the last year, I think, and all the WIPs that I think there's only 2 or 3 WIPs that I already started in 2023. Yeah, well, I hope you enjoyed watching this, seeing what I've been working on and what's on my needles and what I hope to be finishing soon. And yeah, well, what I will be frogging, and I will hopefully see you very soon for a normal episode on which I will update you on all the WIPs that I've been working on. I wish you a very happy new year, and we will probably see each other in the next year. Bye bye.